Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Yeah. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on.
All right, take two.
You ready?
No.
All right.
I'm going to switch. I'm
Yeah.
turn
Turn mic's on.
Hi
Mic's on.
guys, we're not live at all. Don't worry. We're totally. This is totally how everything always goes here. All right.
Yeah, not muted. You just forgot to turn it on. Yeah, we're good. Hi.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 139. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. Some of the challenges we're facing might give you a glimpse of the future. Mostly we hang out for 2 hours, drink frosty beverages, which I don't have, and talk tabletop. This is the show where we never have any user error or technical difficulties.
Oh yeah.
But welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Hi. I'm trying to make your webcam as good as I can. Up to 50 months straight. Are we at 50 months? Oh my god.
You think we would have it down by yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's fine.
No.
But we weren't doing like this show in this format for the entire 50 months. So that's
Yeah,
something.
that's true.
We've only done this 139 times.
Jesus.
So, there's that.
Woo!
Let me see this. Is this from Starforge? Nate Dyes Mohawk? No. It's just regular hair.
Dark in the
It's just regular hair.
just regular unleaded hair. So what are we doing tonight?
So we're gonna do a bit of a shorter one tonight. The main thing is we want to talk about all the stuff that's coming up. We got back in the office this week after Starforge, so we're gonna talk about how that went, talk about what the next steps are, the pledge manager, other stuff we got going on this year. Just kind of a touch and base thing. All that. Answer questions you guys have. It's gonna be more of a laid back, lower key, just informational stream today. And then we're still gonna do a gift card giveaway, pretty sure. Yeah.
Ooh, of course. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
we gotta.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's basically it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm tired. I've done 16 hours of playtesting Warriors during the last 2 days, so it's like
Yeah.
the brain is trying to process a lot.
Yes.
So, but we're here. So let's do any of the rules. Just be nice. If you're new, feel free to interact with us too. Right? We love the jump in the chat, give us questions, heckle us, tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't think any beans for Hightown are really anything.
We have
tonight.
nothing new to show. We don't have any new test shots to show. We don't have we don't have dazzling factory prototypes. We got nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just us. Isn't this enough?
Yeah. So that's that's us. I think it's basically it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do
mean,
we have
it's
enough for a news segment? This whole thing's a news.
It's all news segment.
It's all news segment. Let's just do it anyways.
It's the news. What's in the news, Chris?
All the content
The
of
rest
today's
of the
stream, basically.
Woo!
Yeah.
We got a hype
Hey.
train.
Was that? We got a hype train? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, choo, woo.
Nice. Thank you.
Choo.
I'm tired. All right,
Yeah.
let's do.
As opposed to during the campaign where we were like wide awake and going,
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
was it a super restful week off?
No, but I did
No.
get a lot of gaming in.
Oh,
I
that's
played two
exciting.
full games of Warhammer with Hamster. Played we did a Magic pre-release. Played some D&D. Played a bunch of board games. Like got a bunch of stuff in. Done a bunch of gardening. It's good.
That's exciting.
Yeah, everything was restful until I started just playing grinding Where Heroes Dare for 2 days straight.
Yeah, that's
Not
that's
restful.
that's also fair.
What about you? Did you rest?
No,
No rest for the wicked.
no, it was. I don't know if anybody actually like took it easy over the week. It sounds like really nobody did.
Toby got sick.
Marvin had stuff going on. Just like everybody, it felt like everybody just did not actually have that restful of a week.
You know what? Learning experience, life just comes at you. The end.
Yeah, for everything else, there's MasterCard. So the Starforged GameFound campaign wrapped up like a week and a half, basically 2 weeks ago today, actually.
Woo!
Almost exactly 2 weeks ago today.
Like
to
at
the
7 p.m.
hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good math.
I could have been something, and then I went to an acting school. Yeah, that wrapped up, and people have been asking Pledge Manager. We have set a date for us. Are we good to announce it? Is that a cool thing?
I wrote it down, so it has to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're looking at May 2nd currently. We're looking at May 2nd for the pledge manager
May
to
the
go up.
Second be with you.
Yeah, and then running it through at least mid-June, I think is what it was.
What we have penciled in is June 14th.
June 14th.
So TBD. But May 2nd, I think we're pretty rock solid on.
Yeah. Ooh, that's early. That was the thing, was we really didn't have that much we had to do for it.
It's the same platform. It's Gizmo. It's the same link. The page just turns into a thing. You just give us your money and we're done.
Yeah, usually not May 4th. We didn't do
could
May
change it.
4th.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, people yeah.
Well, we'll do something. We'll do
Isn't
something.
May 4th a Saturday or something stupid?
Let's look it up real quick.
Who's got some math in there? There's some
That's
calendar
not math.
information.
It is a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll do something fun on May 4th, anyways.
Yeah, we can go fly the Enterprise around. Or something.
A lot of it was, a lot of times the reason we would need to take a long break before Pledge Manager was because we basically had to build an entire external site to run it. We had to like load all these things in, and we were working with like an external company to upload like the whole thing. And they would have to do just like a ton of work to get all their stuff up, and it just took time.
And to check it all, it had to math all the things, it had to re-upload, resize and reformat all the images, it had to like tag all it was like everything that we'd already done, we had to do again.
Gives time for UK Games Expo for late pledges then? Hey,
100%.
that might be part of the thought process.
UK Games Expo.
Yeah. So we we also we weren't adding a ton of things. Stuff you can expect in it, or we're gonna have 2 paint bundles that we're planning. One of them being the paints for the core sets, and then one being the 2 metallic paints for the pipes and catwalks, basically. And I believe we are making the new paint mix.
That's the word on the street. Until it's not, that's the plan. So the base coat, or not the base coat, the top coat, the blue gray bunker blue, whatever for these. If you look at the paint video, it's the second step in that.
Yeah. So instead of you having to mix like the 2, it was a 3 paint
I think
mix.
There was a drop of black in there also.
A drop of black. Yeah, it's like mixing 2 of our colors together and then a drop of black, and it was like specific ratios. We're just gonna mix it so it's straight out of the bottle, and that's gonna be part of that paint bundle, as well as getting the metallics in stock for the catwalks because we haven't restocked our metallics in a long time, and so those are gonna be in Pledge Manager as well.
So if you're painting to match this scheme, it should be relatively easy. Deep lava and that new color, and then pick up the details however you want. Like, especially big batches, like it's going to be so much easier to have that coat.
Can we please get a straight out of the bottle Dungeon Dry Brush? Do we not? Is a Dungeon Dry Brush using a that's a weirld thing to not have if we don't have it.
That's a good. Who's a big brain there? We are.
Frida the PETA.
Rita, you right on.
We'll need to look into that.
Yeah,
I know
the Cavern's Dry Brush. Why would we not have the Dungeon Dry Brush? That doesn't make any sense.
There's a couple things that there's a couple things.
Days, yeah.
Well, because we need to do a premix of Underdoom as well. Just if we want to, since we're actually trying to have Underdoom in the store now, like we need to actually get that premix
consistently in there.
Yeah, like it's since we're actually like maintaining Underdoom, we should get that purple mixed, and then we just have a cool purple to use, and that's nice because we don't have a purple currently.
I can't believe we don't have. I mean, I can't believe we don't have a
Dungeon Dry Brush requires adding yellow.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look into that then. Yeah. Okay, we should look into that. What else were you thinking?
For every dungeon piece. You know what? If only we were doing a Dungeons Reforged project.
That would, yeah, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yep.
Cavern Dry Brush adds yellow. I don't know. I'll have the actual painters look into it instead of me, who knows nothing. What was I thinking? Yeah, okay, other things outside of the paint bundles. Tyler's working on a good all-in bundle that will include the stretch goals. It's going to be larger than a large bundle.
Chris?
It'll have everything, which, the large bundle currently has everything except for the stretch goal pieces.
And it doesn't have terrain trace.
And no terrain trace, yeah. Would the all-in bundle also have the terrain trace and stuff?
That's the current thinking.
Okay, sick.
If we call it all in, have it all in.
We don't have a price or composition on that yet. That's something Tyler's currently working on, but that's really the only major thing that's going to take work to like make a listing for. So Tyler's working on that.
Well, here's the challenge too. It's probably gonna be more pieces than we actually have prototypes for, so we got that going for us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get crafty with how we make the pictures for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's roughly what we're looking at
We got
in terms of that. just the new sets. I mean, we're gonna have the other new set. You know, we'll have the artillery pack. We'll have the bunker pack.
Yep.
There's gonna be that new
Didn't we already
biscuit
put
accessories
those?
cache. They were already on the
Yeah,
page.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, if you missed it, those got added during it. The big guns pack and stuff. That'll be in there. I don't think we have any other additional packs planned outside of that.
No other packs. The two other things I had on the list that we're trying to do for it is get some sample builds up, a little gallery of sample builds. So whatever we've done, plus Toby's literally working on some in the other room right now that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So give you guys an idea. The idea of a sample build is here's the recipe. It's this step plus this step plus this step, and you can build something like this.
And then we're working on making at least one more video. We're working on making a video that goes over the stretch goal pieces and shows like all the new things that they can do. It's mostly for the dome and the cockpit and the dynamo turbine, honestly, because it does have like a lot of interesting things to look at.
There's some fun stuff we can do with the LED wall. We haven't really showed it off. It's not going to be the bulk of it. Like the dome is going to probably steal the show.
Yeah. So we're gonna do kind of a hands-on
window
video,
wall,
just
let's
going
not
over all
forget
those
the-
things. And then
That's
is there
all we
anything
have, right?
else?
That's all I had on my.
We want to
my
do
list
some
of memories.
gameplay videos as well to,
Oh, yeah,
release
for
during the Pledge
gameplay.
Manager. So we'll do some more Forge reports during that and try to get those going as well. But we won't need those for launch necessarily.
How about let's rephrase it? We're not going to have those for launch.
Yeah,
realistically.
it's those take time to edit. They won't be ready for
Yeah.
launch. But that's kind of like what we're looking at for that. Is there anything else we got to do for Pledge Manager? I don't think.
I don't think so. Is there anything we're missing out there? Did we miss
Yeah.
anything for Pledge Manager? That's it. I mean, that's one here's the thing. GameFound makes it easy. Like we all the cache, everything is there. Like we're literally just gonna add the couple of bits, get this new sample gallery up and go. It's like it's just awesome. Else, everything you've already ordered, your order's already there. Your stuff's there. Everything is there. It's gonna be like the easiest process.
Yeah. If any of you have questions about how the Pledge Manager works, I'm more than happy to answer here or in the Discord. Also, if any of you have Dwarven Forge gift cards that you would like to apply to your Starforged orders, when the Pledge Manager opens, that's when we'll be able to do it. If you contact customer support, they can basically nullify your gift card, and then we can add that credit to your account in Pledge Manager or in GameFound once Pledge Manager is open. And then
Oh, and late pledges.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
if
Late,
you-
late pledges will be open. If you missed it, if you have any friends that you want to get in on it, late pledges are going to be open the entire time. And you'll be able to just go to the site and get in and add it in and all that. So for those of us who just did a dollar amount and did not pick any sets or packs, that feels like it's more work than just selecting the packs.
But this is, you know what? You'll have you have a nice chunk of time, like 6 weeks
Yeah.
to figure it out.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend actually spending that credit in the Pledge Manager. Please don't give us
Yes.
money for nothing in return. Please don't do
No.
that. Conditional funds added
Okay.
in Pledge Manager use Stretch Pay. If you used Stretch Pay in the campaign, you'll need to close that one out before you can use it in Pledge Manager phase. If you have not used Stretch Pay yet, you can use Stretch Pay in Pledge Manager. Basically, you can only have one Stretch Pay per campaign going at a time.
But you can have if you backed multiple things on GameFound, you can have a stretch pay for each of them.
For each project.
Yeah.
They just want to stop you from like
Double stretch.
having a
paying
ton
on
of stretch
one.
pays going, so you're
Yeah.
getting like each individual set, so you're just doing like a bunch of ton of it can like mess with the system. So yeah, that's the general thing with that.
So
If you did use stretch pay during the campaign and you want to add or modify it, we may be able to do something with it. You'll have to talk to GameFound support, and we'll have to like work on things on the back end to set that up.
we'll do our best
yeah.
to help you out if we can.
Yes.
It's a lot to look forward to. In a 2nd It's
Mhm.
coming fast.
Yes.
And I'm also excited to hear, we want to hear your feedback, how you enjoy the GameFound platform, right? That's sort of, we're not done with the journey yet, right? We got to go through the Pledge Manager, but very interested to see how it is on the backer end. So far, pretty much all the feedback we've gotten is that it's been good.
Mhm.
I'm excited to hear what you think. And, we'll probably do our customary post-campaign backer survey at some point, post-Pledge Manager.
Archon's saying you can only have one stretch pay. Even if you pay it off, you won't be able to do it. Yeah, so I think if you
Right.
want to adjust your stretch pay, that's a thing where you have to go to GameFound support and see if they can do anything. Basically. Which is why we were trying to warn people up front. Hopefully the message got through that like use the stretch pay make sure that you use the stretch pay for the payment that you want to use it for. Uh, typically, whatever your largest payment is going to be.
Merck is
just to make it
asking
easier.
if we can keep the pledge manager open till August 3rd. So the initial stretch pay. So we need to close it and get our order in with the factories.
By then, probably. Yeah, I think we're trying to
August
get
is
the
a
order
long-
in. I think we're trying to get the order in by July.
Yeah.
That's the main thing is we need to close it by time that the final order goes in.
Because guess what? Tyler has orchestrated it such that we are ready for production. Like we have got all of our final engineering, all our pieces ready. Like we are so far ahead of ourselves. Like we can go into tooling very quickly, so we can deliver on time, if not early. Who knows? A lot of things could happen between here and there. But right now we're ahead of where we've ever been on schedule. But they need to have the tooling is dependent on the initial order. Like what the quantities of the sets or whatever will depend on how big some of these tools are and which things are combined and whatnot. So we need to get that order in so we can start that all cooking.
Yeah. Basically, Nate just said the
word.
early word.
Yeah.
So all right. Well,
yeah, anything could happen, but we're
let's
earlier than we've ever been.
Okay. Well, with Wildlands Reforged, let's just do what we did there, and we don't say early until it's actually like confirmed.
Yeah. Hey, but we did. We hit the E word on that one. We
did. We
shipped
delivered like a
before-
month early.
Yeah.
For Wildlands Reforged.
Yeah.
Basically, with Lowtown, we were learning a lot about kind of a new production pipeline, a new like kind of production flow, and we worked out a lot of the kinks with that. So the hope is that we can move through this production phase a lot faster than before. Yeah.
We
You just sculpt a few additional
we
pieces to
just
justify
extra.
delaying.
Amazing. I don't think we're gonna sculpt any extra pieces on it just now.
Yes.
Don't tempt us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, outside of the pledge manager, what else we got going on?
Yeah.
Oh, if you want any of the gift cards during Starforged, they should have all been sent out. If you haven't gotten yours yet, let me know and we'll get it sorted out. They all should have gone out yesterday, basically, or no, 2 days ago. And then
Lateness value 0 or less.
yes.
Are there any other questions about the pledge manager? Anything? I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward.
I
So
think so. We've been trying to get all the information out there
Yeah.
pretty early.
Hey,
And we'll be making a Game Pound update to hit everybody that like doesn't watch these streams. Hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. We'll get that update.
we also put it in the. I think we put it in the closing update. But yes, we should tell people again. Like 'cause
We
people
should
don't
do
read.
yeah. We're gonna do a post campaign update very soon with just the information. Now that we've like settled on
Yeah.
what the launch date is and all that, we'll put it all in there. And then let's see, other big things. Speaking of Wildlands Reforged, that the store stock of that hit the store Tuesday.
How'd
So if
that
you
go?
pretty well. We did not sell out of anything, which is nice. We wanted to. The whole point of that project in the first place was to actually just get the store stocked up enough where we've just got wilderness stuff there. Because the
That's
issue
awesome.
was post Wildlands, that was like one of our biggest.
It was gone in like a day.
It was gone. We
hours.
our wilderness stuff is very impressive and people want it a lot.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have any to actually give people. And there was so much we needed to restock. It's like we can't do this very quickly. Wildlands Reforged was a way to just like buff that whole thing up. So it's all in there and now we can just advertise all that. What was the number one seller from the Wildlands Reforged restock? It was, so in terms of pure dollar amounts, it's the Waterfalls. By numbers, battle boards and terrain trays, which is pretty standard.
Did anybody get anything?
And then escarpments.
Yeah. What did people? Did anybody here pick anything up? Of course, escarpments go. Like those are the best. Like, yeah, just. Escarpments are good everywhere.
The mountain stuff in general, like, did extremely well. And I think it's because the forest and swamp, we've had like some forest stuff in stock still. The mountain stuff has really just been kind of gone since the Wildlands store drop.
And also, forest has been around for a couple years before mountains, also of that scale. Also, people don't necessarily know how big the stuff is until they get some of it, and they get these pieces like, oh man, these things are awesome, or how much they need, right? So they got their first bit of escarpments, and like, wait, I need more of these, so we would go. Lots of reasons.
I'm really happy though. It's cool to be sitting here and think like we've got almost every wilderness piece that we've ever made in stock right now. And we
seven
can just
transfer packs.
actually start running our wilderness ads and
Yeah,
actually
so
have
they
product
can
for
get
people to buy.
show up and buy.
We just haven't been running our wilderness ads because we're like, there's nothing for them to buy, so we shouldn't
Mm.
advertise that biome because
The
it's
key is
they can't get it.
we need to order a
Like,
restock now so
yes,
that we have most of it gone.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very excited. It's just it's a very cool terrain set, and I think I think it's one of the things that just like really kind of sets Dwarven Forge apart, and I'm glad that we can actually be pushing it now.
Hey, so Six of Clubs is still painting Wildlands Untamed from Kickstarter. How much further do you have to go? And have you been really good? You're not adding to your pile of shame, right? Six, just gonna diligently finish that all before you get any more. But
I've been getting wilderness ads for all of Starforged. Oh, we did a lot of wilderness compatibility
yeah,
with Starforged because it's just something that, well, it's in the same scale, and it also, that's probably the existing terrain we had that mixed with Starforged the best, because you got plant life on all kinds of alien planets, you got mountains, you got forests, you got swamps, so it just looks the coolest for compatibility stuff.
just build everything with it. It's like,
Did we reorder tons of escarpments? Yeah, there's a ton of all the escarpments in stock. Basically everything. We
didn't
restocked
go
basically
hard
everything.
on escarpments because we're like, that's the thing that if anything we have. Like,
The only stuff that got close to selling out was a couple unpainted sets, is what it looked like. Just because some things, like unpainted waterfalls, I think were close. I might be wrong. There were a couple unpainted sets, basically. Okay, let me read through this real quick.
oh, we got a couple questions about Cities Untold, Lowtown.
Yes, which is what we wanted to get to anyway, so we can just go to that. What's the prognosis on cult stock after the chaos delivery? Will it also disappear in a day? Will there be enough to not need a
Who
reforge campaign?
knows?
We're taking the same strategy that we did for Wildlands Reforged, where we went through and we marked like, hey, this is the stuff that it's important for us to have a lot of. And we kind of like made a priority list of like what sets to restock. So basically we asked Jay to, basically for anything that was like bread and butter, any of that basic stuff, we were like, hey, please order like a good amount of this.
But here's the thing.
We don't know the exact numbers.
And we don't know what people are actually going to buy. And
Yeah.
like, the volume of stuff that was bought when Wildlands hit the store was higher than we'd expected.
Yes.
Like, that was a lot.
At the same time, when you look at like what the Wildlands stock was, most stuff sold out. There was like 30 to 50 of most of the sets like that went into the store after Wildlands. And I'm hoping we do better than that with Cult, but that really is going to depend on just. This is going to be an expensive large order already just to fulfill all the pledges.
Yeah,
And it's going to depend on how much room is in there in the containers that's left over. And
order.
It's a huge order.
Like,
so
just the amount of pieces, like, because there's also these pieces are smaller than like Wildlands and Ham, so like the volume of pieces is going to be like.
So the answer is there should be more stock than Wildlands had. Probably not as much as Wildlands Reforged had, but we're trying to prioritize keeping the essentials. We're trying to make sure that we get a good amount of the essentials so that hopefully those stay in stock and we can be. We're hoping that we end up in a place where we can just like order a couple sets at a time with regular restocks and keep that collection going.
Keep everything there. Well,
And
once again, we'll see when it hits the web store how on that first day or two what happens and
Yeah, it's so it's hard to know how much of that stuff is going to sell on the store like on the store stock day. When is X-Rays?
DM did the power move and upgraded to Wildlands Untamed at the last minute.
Hey man, you're gonna be able to play. Yeah, you can just play with all that stuff right out of the box. That's so. It's just easier. Is there a set percent additional that you order on sets after a Kickstarter for the store? So we try to usually. We're working with price estimates during the campaign, and we try to target, I think, like 10% under what we expect the store prices to be during the campaign. Sometimes our estimations are off. Sometimes they're off. We're getting better at accurately predicting it.
Tyler is like a price whisperer. He is like crushing the estimates in Starforged. There were a few outliers, but in general, like he was getting stuff within cents. Like really impressive. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So the Lowtown, we don't entirely know what the timeline is yet. We still look like we should be shipping in August, but we won't know until they're through production. There's still a few tricky pieces that aren't done with tooling yet, and so we don't know until everything's fully cast and then packed hand painted and on the water and has made it through customs, what that timeline looks like. So we'll keep you posted where it is, but hopefully we'll be starting shipping in August, but we'll see. And then getting to the web store, we have to make sure everybody has all their stuff, and then we'll get that stuff up in the web store.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see. That's the big mystery of the year, I feel like, is the timeline on Lowtown.
Ironthor Cliffs expansion. Oh yeah, we did. I don't think we restocked the Ironthor Cliffs expansion in Reforged, but that's also a very easy set for us to just order and put in a regular restock.
It's little. There's small pieces.
It was
the high multiples. Yeah.
It was a thing we were looking at, and I think it was just we were looking at it and we were just like, this just isn't like. Or no, did we not do the cliff expansion? Didn't we do the cliff expansion in the ledges as one? I can't remember.
It was discussed at one point, and there were so many.
If it wasn't restocked, it's an easy thing to put in a regular order.
Archon has a question.
Whole Big Ironthor Mountains is available. Yes, we got like all that stuff in. How was the company's experience of letting people combine a store order with Wildlands Reforged? Oh, we should actually talk about this.
Pain in the ass, but good.
Very difficult. It turns out it was difficult. However, this is actually what Jay was saying. He was saying he thinks it's worth it for backers. He's glad that we did it. It just takes time and it is difficult.
It's manual and time consuming. You need to make sure you can't mess it up, and there's difficulty around it, but it's worth doing. Also, it's not a whole ton of people doing it, so that's what makes it manageable.
Mm-hmm. They were there. Oh, so it was in the campaign but not restocked. I should check.
Yeah.
And make sure that we didn't like miss putting that inventory in the store or something. I'll check that after the stream.
Fundamentally letting people combine store order with Wildlands Reforged. We want to be able to support, particularly for international backers, right? That was all for international, I guess, right? Just makes it easier for shipping. Like anything we can do to try and make it easier for you guys to order, we'll do it if we can. So the plan, I think, is to continue doing that. We were just talking about that on Monday, right? I think for Starforged, we're gonna do that option also.
Oh. They're talking about the original Ironthor Mountains. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The one that we did during Castles, we didn't restock. No. But yeah.
Should at some point. You know what it is?
Can we combine Starforge with Store? I think Jay is currently.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do it. He wants to do it.
Yeah.
And since he's the one that has to suffer through manually doing them all, then it's okay.
The guy that it's a pain in the neck for is wanting to do it. So I think we are going to open that up for EU or for like rest of world backers where you've got like heavy duties and everything. He's wanting to do it again for
it helps, it helps people. It just makes it more palatable, all that stuff. It's great.
It can take a big chunk out of the fees that they have to pay, and so like I get it, like it's yeah.
No, it's a need, and if you're willing to wait that long for thing, whatever, like we'd love to help you out if we can. Chuck is chiming in.
That might what I will say, I think that might because it's a more complicated thing to do. That might push you further back in like the shipping queue. If the warehouse needs to like stop and like look for other sets, just because like it just takes more time and it just takes more time. It won't make you like weeks later or anything. But it does make it take longer for the warehouse to sort out your order and send it off. But that's probably worth it to you.
Waiting a couple more days to save whatever.
Yeah.
The international shipping on this is just terrible. Like it's really, I feel for anybody that's overseas.
It's rough. Like, and we get it somewhat in reverse, but we don't get it as badly as we don't get it as badly as the other direction.
Yep. But luckily we got Chuck and Eric and Carrie and Chris P and Jay will sort out and get you your help you out, hook you up, get your orders connected and ship them out. Were there other questions on that one that we missed?
I think that was basically that. We had some restock questions, which we wanted to talk about restocks.
Oh, they were asking about the Ironthor Mountains.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple smaller original Ironthor Mountain sets that I do want to restock. We just got to work them into. The regular orders.
The focus has been on the big escarpments kind of stole the spotlight and stole a lot of the, the mountain focus is like, let's get all these big escarpments in. And now that they're in, it's like, oh, well, what are we filling the gaps with? All that little errands.
Yeah. Wildlands Reforged, it wound up including several more sets than we expected, just because it did well.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have gotten all that stuff in, but we hit a limit where just like we can't add more to this order, because we were worried it was gonna go longer than we wanted and start impacting Lowtown, and then it ended up finishing early. So maybe we
But
could
also,
have. But
you know what? If we'd
yeah.
added more sets, maybe it wouldn't have.
That's fair.
You know, the restraint actually might have been the
Yeah,
right approach.
that's fair.
It was
Okay. Let's see. What do we got
hey, Tyler's
here?
here.
What about Dungeons Reforged? Yes, we are now actively working on developing Dungeons Reforged. Now that Starforge is done, we're starting our conversations about what is that gonna, what's gonna be in it, what's it gonna look like. It will be on GameFound.
Yes.
Pretty sure. And we
Yes.
are.
Well, it has to legally. We can't put it on.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Well,
also,
I guess
it's just
technically we've
easier
got
there.
like 6 new pieces, so we could theoretically put it on.
Yeah, we would just have to say like,
Kickstarter, but
oh
we
well,
don't
these
wanna.
are reprints to support the new product. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're planning to do that late summer is the current plan for Dungeons Reforged. We don't have a ton of specific questions about we don't have a ton of specific questions about what's gonna or specific answers about what's gonna be in it yet. Outside of, I know personally a lot of the goals are to free up a lot of the chase pieces that are there, so like the golden walls and gorgons and other interesting traps and such. Make a couple new core sets to supplement the ones that are already there. That will help free up some of the other pieces that are currently hard to get. And make a couple new sculpts and resculpt a few things that need resculpting.
And those are done. So we have a new diagonal wall. We have a new secret door wall. We have a bunch of neat.
It is going to be smaller in scope than Wildlands Reforged, but it is going to have some new things in when Wildlands Reforged didn't. Doom Roller, quite possibly.
So the goal
yeah.
is to do same thing we did with the Wildlands Reforged. Just it's a chance. We haven't revisited this line in years, right? Years, many years.
Was it 2018 was Dungeon of
Something
Doom?
like that?
No, 2018 was Cavern's Deep.
2017 then? Or
Yeah, 2017 or 2016 would have been.
Yeah, so it's been a long
Dungeon
while.
of
So
Doom.
it's a chance to go back and reconfigure some sets that don't make sense, rescue some of those pieces that are locked away. Like, does anybody even know what an abyssal vermilion is, or a doom roller, or the Gorgon statue, or the riddle pillar, or what was the special? The arcane, the pool, and there's a lot of like really neat, unique pieces, chase pieces that are locked away in there. There's some of the sets that don't make a ton of sense. It's a chance to kind of go back, see what sets we can reconfigure, get them and get those chase pieces that were hard to get out, get a bunch of stuff restocked so we can really have our dungeon line be robust, and get a handful of new pieces in fixing that portcullis arch, fixing that diagonal wall, get those diagonals in. It's gonna be fun.
Can we get better sealant on the glitter pools?
More glitter, I'm hearing. Yeah.
That's not the wall of force.
It's the circular pool. I can't remember what it's called. It's from the it was like Encounter 9. Michelle would know. She's like, yeah.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else in there? Oh, but yeah. So if there's
it's pretty. Nothing's on paper yet, so we can't really talk too much. But the goal is that get those pieces accessible. Those things that you couldn't get them accessible. Get it stocked.
Yeah, it's gonna be making like a lot of new accessory and dressing packs and such to try and get. And likely what we'll probably do is have some bundles. And I think what a lot of those will look like is, hey, we had this encounter in Dungeon of Doom. We can't restock that encounter anymore. Here is a version of it made up of the component sets in
Here's
Dungeons
something
Reforged.
that's close. That's a good collection of pieces that makes sense.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And with the goal being to just get all those cool flavor pieces that have been out of stock accessible.
Yeah. There's some neat stuff. Like
yeah. Okay.
All the way,
I think it's all the Dungeons Reforged stuff.
And
somebody asked, can you magnetize sewers for Dungeons Reforged? How about before that?
We'll see what happens. There's yeah. We were just talking about it before this. We can't confirm any of it yet, but we're trying. We were reordering the sewers, and our factory approached us and was just like, "Hey, do you want us to just magnetize these right now?" What?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's confirmed that it's happening yet, but they are exploring it. I think we're exploring it right now, and yeah. So we might have magnetized sewers arriving. I don't know, in like 4 or 5 months, whatever the restock cycle ends up being. So yeah.
Golem wall, puzzle floors. Yeah.
And then, okay, so we addressed the sewers, we addressed Dungeons Reforged. Restocks in general, right? So the other restocks that are coming, we don't have a date for the late April or May restocks yet. We'll let you know as soon.
Boy, late April is like
Late April's coming up, isn't
next
it?
week.
It's coming up, ain't it? Yeah, we'll let
Late
you know.
April turns early May.
Yeah, we'll let you know as soon as we know. We currently do not have a date. When that stuff is ready and we feel like we have a date where we can guarantee that we'll have the stuff in stock for you, we will let you know. Yes.
Late April. It's like...
Any thoughts on expanding sewers?
Oh,
We want to do it. It wouldn't be with this order. We would need more time. But yeah.
No new pieces at this moment, but yes. I mean, honestly, we want to expand like everything, right? Every single line, there's things we could do to expand every single line.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard of, ruined versions of everything? There's like,
The walls were so tippy. Yeah, especially those like 1x1s.
The sewers are, of all the sets, the sewers they're so fiddly, they need magnets.
1x1s?
So
No, they were 1x2s.
I'm trying to remember. Well, there's a lot of 1x1s. So there
are 1x1s. It is 1x1s.
The corners are 1x1s.
Right.
There's 1x1 walls. There's 1x1 floors. There are 2x1 walls as well. But it's those 1x1s just murdered. Like, there's so many of them. They're all There's lots to do in sewers.
What would be in an expanded sewers?
A corner that's 2x2, an LED piece, some more sluice interactions, liquid in there, elevation bits. Like,
there's a lot we could do.
Oh yeah.
Additional wall, a few extra accessories. Yeah, but we would need more time for that, basically.
Cool, it'd be neat. Some scaffolding expansion pieces that go in, like super ramshackle scaffolding to put in the sewers that for bridging the sluices that expand your scaffolding system. So that's like, the slimy, sludgy, like all
expanded
nasty.
Rats, expanded crocodiles. Yeah, we need more injured rats dying in new poses.
Modular injuries for the rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-headed crocodile, you
bucket
can
of
pop
them.
the head off.
Just
Modular
heads.
crocodile system. Every time you cut the head off, 2 more grow back in its place.
It's like Mr. Potato Head, which just got all these bits you can just put on there. Mr. Crockett Head. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
exactly.
see. So happy about the magnet news. Yeah, we weren't expecting. We knew, like, magnetizing sewers has been one of those things that has just been on our someday list, and then the factory asked if they could do it, and so it's just like, I mean, yeah, if we can make it happen, we're gonna have it.
Nothing confirmed yet, but we're hopeful.
Yes. As far as other restocks go, we'll have another restock list. So, we'll have more news about the restocks that are coming after the 2 that are on the site. Basically, once the magnetized sewers would be in the next restock after this May one. So as that gets sorted out, we'll have that list up soon, and then I'm gonna start planning out the rest of the restocks for the year pretty soon. Rats sticking out of pipes. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Pipe inserts.
Cool stuff for the whole pipe. There's like
Energy Forge restock.
we do a catwalks and pipeline expansion for sewers. That sewers up the TMNT in the sewers. Yeah.
The only other thing I have, people are
for the year.
Was that? The only other thing I have on my list in terms of like projects to go over is Hightown. People have just been asking, like, so is Hightown like next? What's going on? We don't have a hard date for Hightown yet.
No, nothing we can say about that.
Yes.
But we have at least 3 conventions we're going to this year.
Oh yeah. You want to do cons? Let's do cons.
UK Games Expo. Someone already mentioned that's last in like 6 weeks. End of last weekend in May into June. So it goes through to June 2nd or something. May 31st through June 2nd, something like that. So we'll be at UK Games Expo. Woo! We'll be at Gen Con for April. August 2nd or 3rd or whatever the heck that is. That early August. And then we'll be at PAX Unplugged in December?
December. It's always early December.
Yeah, first weekend in. We are not coming to Dragon Con in Atlanta. People have mentioned a lot though.
The tough thing is just if we don't have. We're a small group of people, and so when we our convention team is also like our core team. So
hey, remember that time we went to Adepticon?
Yeah. So it's hard for us
ago?
when we send people to cons. It's like, hey, we're missing some very important people to the running of the company currently. We are not at the point where we have like people whose jobs basically are conventions.
Well, and also maybe it's foolish of us, but like one of the approaches is we want the people in the booth to be us, right? Like we don't want to just hire mercenaries to like run the booth. We want it to be like, hey, you're talking to the people that are doing the stuff, which is, I don't know, maybe it's stupid because it limits what we can do, but it's cool. You get to say, hey, look, there's Hamster, and you get to talk to him about paint and whatever. So you can see Tyler and shake his hand for getting all those Starforge pieces done early. I'm not saying but I'm saying, you can see Toby and ask about the scope or whatever. Like it's neat to have the people that are doing the stuff there.
Remember when Tyler got Starforge delivered in August? Let's see.
2023.
Of 2023.
It was he built that time machine.
Yeah, that was really sick. Yeah. Remember when he flew over to China and worked through the night
by himself
every day to get everything done? Hand carving the molds. Hand carving the molds to get them done in time. Yeah. Barbican restock, or should I wait? Barbican not restocking anytime soon. Just because we got the thing with Castles has been like a slow moving thing. We got the postern gate, because we were just like, we need a gatehouse option.
Yep.
So we got that in. It's like, okay, we've got the gatehouse option in. So now we're working on, like, I think we have like the square, like the large corner tower coming in now, and it's like we need a corner tower. So
it's like we get one set a year. Added.
And it's a thing, like those do sell, but they sell slowly. So I kind of have to subsidize Castle restocks with having some other stuff in there. So Castle's just taking time, but we are getting it there. Yeah.
But you know what? Is there somewhere people can ask for restocks, Chris? Is there somewhere they can put these requests on paper, digital paper for
restock requests? Yeah, we got a channel called Restock Requests on the Discord. That is the easiest place to put that stuff for it actually being seen. We also, we are seeing what people say on the forums and social media and Twitch as well. But the Discord channel is the easiest thing to just kind of like go through and see that. And we also we have a Starforge postmortem thread on there as well as on the forums, where you can just leave like a long single post with like what you thought about the campaign if you wanted to give us feedback. And I'm going to be breaking all that stuff down.
We do like your feedback. Yeah. We read it. We listen to it. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've changed stuff every single campaign. We're changing stuff, and a lot of it is based on what we're hearing.
Both Lowtown and Starforged included a ton of changes based on what we got from like the Wildlands and then Lowtown postmortems. There's no plan for a Fieldstone expansion in Hightown currently. So yeah, like the expansion we did for in Lowtown is kind of like what we're planning to do with Fieldstone for now.
Yeah, that's all for now.
Yeah, so don't worry about like more Fieldstone happening in Hightown. That's currently not in the plans at all.
They honestly, the Lowtown plan or the Hightown plans have been kind of all over the place. There's a lot, like none of it is locked down yet. It's still a little amorphous. So you don't even know what to expect. We don't know what to expect yet. Still figuring it out.
What about streets? I don't think there's a plan to like do like the existing streets in Hightown either.
Is one of the things we've talked about, and I don't know where we're gonna end up going. But here's the thing: the streets are really cool, right? They look awesome. They're expensive, they're big, they're kind of a pain in the ass there, but they're really cool. Like, so it's a thing. At some point, we want to expand. It makes sense to do it there. Does it fit with what I was just doing? I don't know.
There also might be maybe some straight to web store stuff, maybe
or
reforged. It's who's to say. Same thing with Tutor. There's a lot of Tutor pieces we wanted to make more available. Maybe we just make a straight to store pack. Who knows? Like there's some things that could happen there.
Also, a lot of the wood stuff you're gonna be able to do some fun bits by mixing and matching your wood and your Tutor. Like wait till you get your Lowtown stuff in hand and use your rustic wood and mix it with your Tutor and see what that opens up for you. For now.
Are you planning to change the streets pattern? I want them to match if you do. I think the plan would be either we expand the streets that currently exist, or we'd make something that is new.
It would expand. We'd be expanding.
Expanding it?
Yeah. There's so many good things.
So we'd make it compatible.
Yeah. There's neat. Like it's a fun. Like it looks really cool.
Can you please restock CBS doors add-on with the different style doors? It has Tudor double doors, the Noble's door. With Colt coming in, we need this. Yeah, I think that's the thing to look at for sure. Is like what
That's a good
Tudor
pick.
sets can we bring in? There's a couple pieces that I see from the original CBS where it's like this would be cool to work in, and didn't fit into Lowtown. We got some of it into Lowtown, and then the thought process being, well, we'll do Fieldstone with Lowtown and then Tudor with Hightown, as we're looking at how things, especially if we're wanting to move into smaller projects.
It's all exactly.
I think for a lot of this stuff, if we can accomplish it by going straight to web store with when it's just like repacking sets, maybe that's a better thing to do when it's on a small scale. Which the Tudor stuff feels like it would mostly be on a small scale. So I don't know.
Tudor offset window. Drabacorn?
I think when we made this Tudor core set, that's actually why it got offset window walls, was because it was really hard to get. But then if you already had a bunch of the core pieces, it's
they're
a
hard to
pain
get now. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
The city compositions, when we were looking like when I was like looking back through all this stuff as we were starting to work on the web store more, the original cities is where the compositions were just like really messy.
Well, it was all driven by the Kickstarter model, and it was
Yeah.
a weird multiples. The base was multiples, and then the stretch goals were all these specific things. So you were getting, if you backed the Kickstarter 15 years ago, you were getting a whole bunch of this stuff to fill out those sets. But then once the stretch goals were not part of the sets, and the sets were missing a bunch of things, so it was one of the least web store friendly offerings we've ever had. And then we were mixing Tudor and Fieldstone together in packs, like the LED wall packs and magnetic wall packs, and like
The rustic wood center window is really really elusive. Yeah. I haven't seen one in the wild.
Which one?
The rustic wood center window wall.
Oh yeah, rare. The unicorn, the undead unicorn of Lowtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's those 3 that we hid at Gen Con that someone can find if you decipher all the clues.
Would a desert biome be possible in the future? Hey man, give us enough time, we'll make everything. Sand and snow.
Because it's also a beach. You know?
Yeah. Sand. That's the thing with sand. There's a lot. I mean, there's discussions we just need to have. Yeah. Let's see. Will it be possible to deliver this year? What, Starforged or
Starforged? I don't think.
Starforged would be rough, but like we're currently thinking like very early next year is what we're expecting for Starforged.
Well, there's also shipping gets really dicey at the tail end of the year because I don't know. You heard of that Christmas holidays?
All the holiday
gets
shipping.
A little lively. Yeah.
CBS also is way too insistent on making everyone have an equal mix of Fieldstone and Tudor. Yeah, no, like parsing, trying to parse through the original city's Kickstarter sets for like restocks was a mess.
Yep.
That's why we had to make those new core sets, and it still needs a good amount of reconfiguring. And
it was literally all designed to support a Kickstarter and a weird multiples Kickstarter on the roofs. It was a real, it was
yeah.
It was a mess.
Let's see.
Someday we can cities reforged and fix some of that or whatever.
Do you have any other topics?
We hit conventions. We talked Dungeons Reforged. We talked Lowtown. We talked Starforged. I think that's it. I think
we did conventions. We did. I think that might be. I guess if there's any other questions, we'll take those for a few minutes, and then we'll probably head out of here. Oh, you know what? What's a giveaway word?
Oh. I don't know. Somebody give us a good word. What do we? Sand and snow.
Reforged. All right, we'll just do Reforged.
Done.
Hey, if you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type Reforged in the chat. And then we will take questions for a couple minutes and then roll the giveaway and get out of here.
Sewer crack.
If you asked a question before everybody started typing Reforged, please ask it after everybody stops typing Reforged. I can't read.
It's the best part of a giveaway.
Yeah, it just completely fills up the chat.
Hilarious.
There's probably a better way. I'm not going to find it.
Why do it? Why break a thing that's broken?
Why break tradition?
You got to break a few eggs to give away an omelet. Refried. This is good. All right, people stop. Oh, no.
No, there's still going to be a couple.
Yeah.
Booking a Gen Con trip now. For the center window walls. Cough Arctic, cough desert, cough modular ships. The three biomes we still haven't broached.
Modular ships.
Arctic, desert, boat.
Boat.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we do have boats, but ship.
full-on modular ships
Refridged.
that aren't space vessels.
Ice caverns refridged.
Refridged.
We'll get people turn up 7 minutes asking for the keyword. Hey, this is what you get
That's
for trying to take
exactly.
advantage of us. You try to just show up when there's something when
Free.
there's a chance of some free stuff.
Yeah.
You don't support us when there's no gift card in it for you. Come on,
Boom.
come on.
We definitely need to stop it before 8, do the giveaway. So then it's just
So we can get out of here.
Then we'll
Yeah.
go home. Yeah. I mean, for the giveaway.
What was pledge distribution for Starforged? I don't know if I know off the top of my head.
I don't know if we did a breakdown yet. No,
I
there
don't
were
think
some
we've-
earlier order breakdowns, but I haven't seen the actual
we got an
bundles
an update like a week into the campaign. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the post campaign numbers. Let's see.
Did anybody have any questions before we typed in?
I don't know how does snow and sand work where a mat doesn't, like it's a flat plane. Hey,
It doesn't. Have you, ever
you can
seen
do you can
snowdrift?
actually you can actually do a lot more
You've seen
with
a
it.
sand dune? You ever
That's
been
the
to a
thing.
beach?
If you just think of it as that, well, so here's the thing. We can make like
glaciers, ice cliffs.
we can make like just
Fissures.
a collection of cool scatter stuff to use on a mat. But also, you can have that, and then there's still. I have ideas. I need to talk to you about.
Covered with snow.
I need to talk to you about
Yeah.
the stuff I've been thinking.
Yeah. No, there's lots to do.
Waiting to
Think about
see.
the paint schemes too.
Well, if it's wildlands,
White-
wildlands compatible, and you can, and it's got like a ledge system to work with the escarpments, then you can do.
Boom.
There's a lot you can do. Can we have a 64 count puzzle floor tile insert pack? I have a lot of stickers left. The puzzle floors will probably be addressed in Dungeons Reforged. That's one of the big things that.
More of those
Yeah.
little tiles so you can swap out as a.
But sculpted floors, yeah, you can do some interesting things with it. We had a lot of people. We've had a lot of times where people have been like, I don't see the point of this thing, and then we show like what we came up with, and it's like, oh no, like you can do. We can make things that spark the imagination.
You know what I regret about the puzzle floors? Paul was asking about the puzzle floor squares. I wish. So we made them with a hole in the bottom so you could pop the tile out to swap them. I wish we'd done them like the trapdoors where they had a little groove on the side so you could just from the top you could push down and it would flip up and then you could pull it out because you can't change them out. If you want to change them out during play, it's a pain. You have to pull the whole floor out and then pop it up from the other side and then your thing like that's my regret is that we didn't make those so it was easier to swap them. So when the thing glows or you just change the thing or whatever, however the puzzle's going in play, like it would have been cooler. But I mean, there is a chessboard puzzle tile set in on the puzzle floor sticker sheet. There are black and white squares there enough so that you can make a chessboard on the puzzle floor squares. That was the intention. They're like marble, like black and white marble design stickers. Because you got to have the classic. What was the? Somebody's going to know the AD&D module with the puzzle floor, the chessboard movement puzzle. Was it Castle Inverness? You enter the room, and you would have to get across the room, and it had the chessboard floor, and wherever you entered, you would have the movement of a chess piece, but you had to figure it out. It was.
A4 or A3. I think that means Avernus.
It was no, it was they gave them like arbitrary. The Giants was G1 and 2 and 3 and they were like they gave them these arbitrary letter number combos that were like I think Inverness is correct.
Wizard chess.
Maybe.
Inverness is correct. Inverness was C. A was slavers.
Of course, A was Slavers University. So yeah. I think it was Inverness.
Let's see.
All
right.
The spray paint can will give you a chessboard.
Oh,
amazing. Any other questions before we give this thing away and go home?
Skedaddle.
Skedaddles.
Let's see. I think we've got. I feel like I think we've gone over the plan pretty
The question.
Can you guys hang
up
out for
an
another?
hour?
No, please no.
Fair question.
Will grids ever come back if we can get the factory to produce them well? Um, that's basically like what it comes down to.
What was coming back?
Grids on terrain
Oh.
trays and battle boards.
We can't produce them reliably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's saying there were 16 stickers enough for 4x4 4 stickers. I think the logic was there weren't enough puzzle floors in the pack to get you. I can't remember. There was some logic to it. There was some math to it, but I don't know what it was. There weren't enough physical. I could be wrong. 4 per floor. Can I order at Gen Con? No.
We'll give the whole table to. Well, we can give you the whole table for $5,000. You just walk
Just
up.
ask Mace.
Yeah, just walk up with a big stack
perfect.
of cash
She
and
loves-
ask if you can take the table home. It'll go well. Cash? Yeah, 100%. Just pop out. Just pop
Yeah.
out like a big wad.
Unsequential.
A big wad of
bills.
rolled up
Yeah.
Benjamins, and we're good to go.
Ooh, more sculpted battle boards in the future. Let's see how these first ones go, and yes, they're pretty cool conceptually.
Any chance for a piano or organ in Hightown? Prepping for Strahd, no, would be perfect. I hope you're prepping to run Strahd in 2 years. Or it'll-
Plus, yeah.
yeah.
You can ask Michelle about that.
Yeah. I think it was a thought. I don't know if it's cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, will we have finished Lowtown at Gen Con? Yes, I think we'll definitely bring some stuff to show.
By that point, we should have a bunch here. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely can show that off.
Talk to us about Underground Kickstarter. I don't think we have one that exists really.
Not currently. We can't really talk about anything beyond Dungeons Reforged.
Let's see. Why not run Strahd every year? I know people who play Strahd Must Die like every Halloween. Is it Strahd Must Die? What's the one where it's like a blitz like one night? It's like a one night. It's like an 8-hour session. People do it like every Halloween.
I don't know.
It's a
one shot. It's
like a Strahd one shot. Strahd Must Die is a one night one. Yeah, there we go.
That sounds amazing.
Woo. Let's start 4 months ago, so it could be that long before we all get together again. That's relatable. Do you take Valyrian coins in place of Benjamins?
Oh.
No.
Hey, let's get.
Any chance for themed ossuaries like Dwarven or Elven? Maybe. Not in Dungeons Reforged. But we might do ossuary expansions in the future.
We should do the giveaway. Yes, board game. What's going on with the board game? We're poking at the board game. It turns out, everything we've ever done slow.
Yeah.
Ever. Let's roll the giveaway.
Yeah, let's roll this giveaway and get out of here. All right.
We Be Goblins by
Here we go. Dragos von Dragos. Congratulations.
Woo! First time viewer, I think, right?
Yeah. Are you new?
Yeah. It'd be nice. You should come introduce yourself to us at Gen Con if you ever show up. Wear a light puck on your chest so we know who you are.
Yeah. I'm assuming you want to just use the same email as before. Just let me know if that's the case, or just whisper to you. And we will get that sent out soon.
Woo! Congrats.
Valorian coin mega sale. Hey man, you and me both.
You can only buy Valorian coins with Valorian coins, though. So it's a tough.
Yeah, it's a really. I don't know why we made that choice. In hindsight,
to make
not our smartest move. No, to only sell them with themselves.
Wait, you have to show up with.
You have to have the
buy
currency to
them.
get the currency. Yeah.
Maybe
We really chicken egged ourselves.
favorite frosty beverage, cider. Maybe people should. No, I don't know. I don't have anything smart to say about the Valorian coins because there's no one. You don't ever need. Yeah.
Not. Yeah. Not like that.
No.
All right.
Coin.
I
So
think that's.
let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think it's basically it. I think we'll be back next week, and we'll get back into doing like longer.
Yeah, let's.
We'll get back into doing longer streams and all that. We're just getting back in the swing of things. this week.
Start looking at whatever we're developing next and show you the bits and
Oh yeah.
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 So tomorrow, hobby hang.
Yes.
Yeah?
I believe Hobby
Yeah,
Hang. I
let's-
don't think Hamster's out.
Very reliable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hobby hang tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, same channel. And we'll be
Yes.
back next week at 7. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes.
It's gonna be hilarious to people that show up right now as we end the stream. Like,
Mhm.
Ah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.